So, hey, how y'all doing? It's Sharonda, and hey, how y'all doing? And today I am here with Try a Chapter. So, let's go ahead and get into this thing, shall we? So, hey, how y'all doing? Hope your day is going great. I just hope everything is going great for you. All right, so this Try Chapter, I'm going to be doing Black romance, and it will be of the romance suspense nature, okay? Because right now contemporary romance is not doing it for your girl, and I have to find some things that are going to keep me, going. um and if I don't, I'm going it's going to be a reader slump. It's going to be a reader slump for sure. And I don't want that. Okay, because I don't want to mess up my reading streak. My reading streak has been going pretty doggone well. But anyway, some of these are new authors to me, some of them aren't, but they're definitely books that I have not read as of yet. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, first book is going to be The Billionaire Next Door by Portia Sterling. New to me author. And basically, in this book, we have a character, Charisse Matthews, who's, everything is going right in life for her. And then suddenly everything just gets upended because now her husband, you know, he don't want nothing to do with your girl. And yeah, he moving a little bit dirty in this book. So she comes in contact with Lucky, who is a hitman. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this first chapter, and I will be back. Okay, well, interesting first chapter, and we get the male main character in the book, Lucky's POV. We also get his backstory because there is a prologue. Looks like this is going to be interesting. Lucky seems to be, well, him and his brother, I think, are hitmen for their uncle Ray. So interesting, interesting. I I like what this is leading. I like where this is leading. Okay, so the next book is going to be Catch Me If You Can by Christina C. Jones. This is the first book in her If You Can series. There are a total of 3 books. Um, Christina is not a new author to me. I have read plenty of her books. Many of them are gracing my shelves here and out in my living room. So, yeah, I just love Christina C. Jones. I have not read this series. And also, this series, all of the books have brand new covers, which you can see here, and I love these covers. But anyway, inside of this book, we have Naomi Prescott and FBI agent Marcus Calloway. And Naomi seems to be, on some, maybe some scamming type things going on. She's trying to get, a big old score, and this brings her into contact with our FBI agent Marcus. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and see what's going on in this first chapter. Okay, so first chapter done. So in the first chapter, yeah, we have Naomi, who is in Paris. Both Naomi and Marcus are in Paris. Naomi's on a job. So yeah, she's a jewel thief, and she's on a job. She almost gets caught. Mistakenly runs into Marcus, or Marcus mistakenly runs into her, but he doesn't notice her at first. This man actually took this woman to a hospital because she hurt her leg. So he's taking her to a hospital and all this other stuff. So by the time he gets back to, the station or the setup where they're supposed to be staking her out or whatever, once he notices from the video, like, oh, wait, shoot. Oh my God. Like, what the hell he own? What the Halle Berry? You know what I'm saying? Then he realizes, like, the person that he has been searching for, basically the person that he has, ran his career off, actually has gotten away from him again. And he is pissed because Naomi was actually able to get out of the hospital, And yeah, she's on the run again, and Marcus is after her. So I like what we got going on here. I'm very, very interested. So yeah, I like it. It seems like it's gonna be a very excitable read. And Christina C. Jones for me is always able to, most times do that with her stories. She keeps the pacing up. She keeps things interesting. She gives us great characters. So we'll see what's going on with Catch Me If You Can. So the next book we have is Colton's Deadly Trap. This is the second book in the Coltons of Arizona. And in this book, we have characters Maxwell Powell, who is a celebrity chef, and his assistant, let me see, Alexis. She is there to help him out. And then things start to take a turn because now they have these random attacks happening to them and towards them while they are on this ranch. And we're gonna see what to do with this one as well. So let's go. Okay, so interesting first chapter. It is quite long. All right. Same thing for the past book. It was long. It was a long chapter. But in this first chapter of Colton's Deadly Trap, we have Max, who, like I said, is a celebrity chef. He is actually on vacation, but he is also on vacation because he is about to do a cookbook. And being on vacation and getting away, sometimes you just have to do that when you're starting a new project, which is what he's doing. And we get to see him and Alexis first meet. Alexis is not like his personal assistant, but she is going to be assisting him while he's staying on this ranch. And she's going to be helping him, do things, go shopping, things like that. When you go to these exclusive properties on vacations and stuff, sometimes you get an assistant, if you're wealthy enough, to help you do things. And this is what Alexis is going to be doing with Max throughout this book. But we also come to find out that the part of the story is Max is being stalked, which he finds out at the end of the chapter. Some things were actually sent to the resort that he's going to, that was stolen out of his apartment, and he's just like, okay, what the hell? Again, I love that saying now. What the hell? What the hell he own? What the hell he bury? What is going on? What the hell he? So we go from there. So very interesting. It really doesn't give you, too much into what to expect for the book, but we get an introduction into the two main characters. And the reason why Max is at one of the Coltons is his best friend, so we get the reason why he's at the ranch, how long he's going to be staying there, and then we find out that he got a stalker. So that's going to be the reason for the attacks while he's at on vacation. Can you imagine going on goddamn vacation and your stalker is stalking you while you on vacation? Rude. Anyway, we're excited. Okay, so next book is going to be Blazing Hearts, Silent Nights by Barbara Howard. This is a new to me author. This book was written in December, so it has like a Christmas theme, December of 2024. But it does has a Christmas theme around it. So you know what? No big, Christmas in June. Forget about Christmas in July. Let's do Christmas in June, okay? So some of the themes, some of the tropes that you have going on in this book: second chance romance, military heroine, small town setting with big secrets. Yeah. So in this book we have Trinity and James. Trinity returns home after serving in the military. She was a military medic. And James is now sheriff of the small town that they grew up in. They were once a couple, but they broke up when Trinity decided to leave town and join the military. But now she's back. She's running her family's but she inherited and is now running her family's Christmas tree farm business. But now all these attacks are going on, not just at her business, but other businesses during the Christmas season, or the Christmas season is coming up, but all these little small attacks and fires are going on, and now it's up to her and James to figure out what is going on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into chapter 1. So another long first chapter. My God, what y'all doing with these long but chapters? But anyway, so we have it where, again, Trinity is returning home after serving 8 years in the military to her father's farm. She inherited, so small spoiler, he passed on. But when she comes back to trouble. They have an arsonist that is setting fire to some of the farms, the Christmas tree farms in this town, and I guess the surrounding areas or whatever. And again, she comes in contact with James, who was her was her boyfriend before she left. He is now the sheriff of this town that she has returned to. There is tension between them. They didn't have a very good breakup because of her leaving. But you could still see that they are both very much attracted to one another. James has this protective streak about him when it comes to Trinity. But she's kind of like this hardened, or she reads like this hardened woman, doesn't necessarily needs the protection from him, finds it annoying. They seem like interesting characters. She came off a little, like she was insulting him to me in the story, because he's trying to find out like what's going on with all these little fires that are happening and whatever. And she insulted the man twice, and I was just like, like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, he trying to help. You just came back. He's sheriff. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I ain't gonna judge the lady right now. But I was just like, all right now. But yeah, seems interesting. But we will see how Blazing Hearts and Silent Night goes. Okay, so next book is going to be Mutual Obsession by Charisse Carr. This is will be my first read by this author. This is a novella length book. So in this book we have Grayson and Rain, who are childhood friends. Grayson is from the blurb, a ruthless bill collector for organizations that operate above the law. Interesting. Rain is his best friend, and there is an attraction between them, but Rain isn't acting on it. Grayson wants to go full-fledged with it, but yeah, it doesn't happen. But for whatever reason, from the blurb, they do take their friendship a little bit further, and from what this says, Rain instantly becomes obsessed with Gray and regrets waiting so long to give him advance. But then they find out that somebody else is obsessed with Gray, and I guess it's just like, nah, like y'all may be together for now, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and read this first chapter. Hopefully it's short, and we'll see what it do. I might push back on reading this one anytime soon, but basically when we go inside of the book, we get a prologue first. First chapter is long as heck too. I'm like, it's a novella, why is your chapter 1 so long? But anyway, in the prologue we have Grayson, who is 16 at the time, and a bill collector. This book has urban themes to it, so he's a street bill collector, which is mean he's collecting money for his clients. And if those folks don't pay his clients back, well, Grayson and his team are sent out to do some dispatching. Okay. But when we go inside of the prologue, he's 16 at the time, and his grandfather and his father before him were bill collectors or street bill collectors. His grandfather does not want that for Grayson. He wants Grayson, go to college, have a better life, that type thing or whatever. But Grayson wants to follow in the steps of his father and grandfather, so his grandfather decides to teach Grayson the street life. And then when we go into chapter 1, it's 10 years later. He is 26, and we're following Grayson while he is on a job collecting for one of his clients. So yeah, I mean, we don't really get anything from this first chapter. Definitely urban themes or whatever, which doesn't bother me at all. But I'm just kind of like, I don't know. So more than likely, yeah, I'm going to push this one back a while, and maybe come back to it at some point in time. But yeah, that is mutual obsession. Okay, so next book is going to be Those We Run From by Fiona Zedde. This is part of a 9-book romantic suspense series of novellas and novels, and they're all sapphic romances. Okay, and in this book we have Dulcina Sweet Sterling and Matilda Tilly Harper. Sweets, as she is called in the book, is a assassin who is about to retire, but then she finds out that someone from her past, which is Tilly, she finds out that Tilly has a contract on her, and that bothers Sweets because her and Tilly used to be together. They used to date or whatever, and yeah, they are now trying to find out who is after Tilly, and it takes them on this run or whatever. And yeah, I'm interested. So let's get into this first chapter. Okay, nice chapter. I liked it, and thank the moon goddess. It is short, but in this chapter we have Sweets, who is packing up to leave from her current job. It was a mess in a dress, and she's just like, I'm out of here. That is kind of like the job that is forcing her to retire. But while working with a partner that she was doing these jobs with, they come across another case, and strangely enough, it involves Tilly, or Matilda, who was her ex-girlfriend. And yeah, from there, Sweets decides, like, yeah, maybe retirement can wait. Let me go see what's up with my girl. I gotta protect my girl. So I like it. It's very, very it sounds good. And this book already had in my library already, my Kindle library. So I'm excited to see what this author has in store for me. All right, y'all, that is it for me. If you stayed this long, I thank you so very much. And until the next one, later days. Bye.